Join us this week as we continue our journey south. We leave the Netherlands and begin our French adventure. Before we start, and in case you missed it, catch up on our last episode where we sailed down the Dutch coast. We foraged some oysters from the anchorage we stayed in and took Scrappy to have an epic time at the beach. We had a stupidly early start when we left Cadzambad in the Netherlands for our sail to Dunkirk in France. Dave made me get up and leave for 4 o'clock in the morning when it was still pitch black so we could practice sailing at night. Luckily though, it didn't stay dark for long. However, on our passage to Dunkirk we encountered fog for the first time, which was a little bit scary. We don't have AIS on Baremke yet, but it's on the wish list. So we depended on using our ears for hearing other boats and our foghorn to make others aware that we were there. We were both relieved when it lifted and we saw the coast of France for the first time. We made it safely to Dunkirk just after lunchtime and fell into bed at 6:15 in the evening. We were knackered. So we got asked on arrival yesterday when we checked in if we'd like freshly baked croissants or baguettes delivered in the morning. So we said yes. And it's still warm. And here's Scrappy in his little pillow fort. Scrappy? Hello. One of the things we love to do when we arrive somewhere new is to go and explore and find out the history of a place. We came across the 3-masted sailing ship, the Duchess Anne, during our exploration. She was built in 1901 near Bremen in Germany and was named the Gross Herzogin Elizabeth, which translates to the Grand Duchess Elizabeth. She's 85 metres long, can carry between 180 to 200 men, and was a German training ship. After the war, she was delivered to France under war reparations in 1946, where she was renamed the Duchess Anne and served as accommodation for submarine crews. She was acquired by the city in 1980 and became a classified historical monument which you can visit today.
Robyn, ask me why pirates are called pirates. Because they are. You're not impressed?
When you're walking around the city now, you can find lots of information boards around to make people aware of what went on here during World War II. I think it's really important to know about and try to understand what went on during the wars, to make us appreciate the sacrifice that so many had to make so we can live the lives we do today. After a good walk exploring and reading, we needed a break, and Dave was very happy when he found out he could order this bad boy. After spending 6 nights in Dunkirk, we decided we were ready to carry on along the French coast. The initial plan was to sail to Boulogne, but we decided to carry on to Le Havre instead. We had another early start and left at 6 o'clock, just as the sun was beginning to rise. I've never experienced sunrises like this before we moved aboard. They're beautiful to watch and make the journey that much better. Lots of passenger ferries about to contend with during our sail. Dunkirk to Dover is a very busy route for the car ferries, same as Calais to Dover, so we really had to keep our eyes peeled.
Scrappy's smiling. Hello!
Underneath these cushions is a small hibernating creature named Scrappy. Hello. I'm going back to sleep now, Mum. How close can we get to a boy? It's DW! I'm 12. It's my birthday on the 12th. 12 days till my birthday. Woo! Oh boy, oh boy. So here we're just going past Calais, and that's the headland of France, and just over there on the horizon are the white cliffs of Dover. It's the narrowest point of the English Channel. If you look really closely you can just about see them. The Dover Strait is the narrowest part of the English Channel, and there's only about 20 miles between France and England here. The strait is at the east end of the channel where it joins the North Sea. La France, England. Really want to go back for a chicken kebab. As we rounded the headland just after Ouessant, we were investigated by a very low-flying helicopter that came for a close-up to see who we were. You know when you get that feeling that you shouldn't be somewhere? Our initial plan was to sail to Boulogne-sur-Mer, but the weather was so good and we were both feeling great, so we decided to continue onwards and head straight to Le Havre instead. It meant that we'd have our first night sail where it was just the two of us. The conditions were nice and calm, so we relaxed into the journey and made the most of it.
I've been running for so long, I'm clear about the path I was on. I was breathless, my heart restless. Every turn felt like it was wrong, but I kept going to show I was strong.
So this is our first night sail by ourselves. It's my watch and Dave, she's probably set down. There's a moon trying to get out, which is nice. Just keep an eye out for any ships. We're currently on route from Dunkirk to Le Havre. We left at 6 o'clock this morning. It's now about midnight, so we're going for about 18 hours. We should be there early-ish tomorrow. I think it takes about 25 hours to get there. So I've just done my 3 hours, just swapped over with Dave. I'm about to get my head down with Scrappy. Yeah, there's nothing much to report. Had a bit of a moon out before, so I took some pictures, but not really. So we're due to get to Le Havre about 8 o'clock in the morning, so we've got another 5 hours to go. See you in the morning. Bye-bye. So now in Le Havre, France. Fountains, some cool balls. So we sailed from Dunkirk to get here. Took us
about 170 miles. Taking us 20 hours?
28 hours.
28.
Yeah, we left at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, because we've obviously got one as well. We didn't go in with the
No.
carry on.
Yeah. But the plan was so pretty. The plan was to go to Boulogne originally, but the weather was so good that we decided to carry on. So yeah, 28 hours left at 6 o'clock in the morning from Dunkirk, and got to Le Havre at 10 o'clock the next day. Love water. During our time exploring Le Havre, we came across the Cathédrale Notre-Dame de Havre and couldn't resist a look inside. It dates back to the 16th and 17th centuries and is the oldest of the very few buildings to have survived the devastation of World War II. The wind picked up as we were approaching Le Havre the day before, and it stayed like that for a couple of days. It made it very choppy outside the breakwater, and we were glad to be safely berthed in the marina.
What you got, Spud? Hey? What you got? You just found that.
The breakwater definitely does its job here. Look how calm it is. Okay, so Dave and I both love solving puzzles, and we've decided to start including them in our videos. So here's the first one for you to have a go at. Try and work it out and leave your answer in the comments below, and we'll let you know if you're right next episode. Good luck! I've started to upload all our sailing travel journal entries up on our website, so you can find out more about each place that we visited. Just click the link in the bar at the top and you'll find them all. I've tried to include as much information about each marina, mooring ball and anchorage as possible, including prices, contact details, VHF info, and any tips and tricks we think you might find useful. Head over to sailingmutiny.com for a look. Have a look in the description box below the video for a link to our website so you can go and have a look yourself. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed exploring Dunkirk and Le Havre with us. Join us again next time to explore the beautiful little French town of Honfleur with our new friends. Experience life the French way and find out what the result of Dave plus beer plus a carousel is. Okay, so to make sure you don't miss out on our next episode, hit the subscribe button. There's a little one in the corner of the video, which if you hover over, a little subscribe button will come out, or underneath the video, and then there's a little bell sign right next to it which you can click to get notifications on next time we release the video. So thanks very much for watching. See you next time. So there's a little bell sign next to the subscribe button which you can click to get notifications. Oh my god, I can't speak. There is a little subscription if you